Alrighty, what's up? Today is going to be day number one of the Laws of the Game, brought to you by IFAB, which is the International Football Association Board. And I am using 2018 2019 guidelines for this one because this is the best book that I have. So let's just jump into it. We got 17 laws to cover. Today is going to be law number one, which is the biggest one because it covers the field of play. Where does soccer get played on? So one of the big things too is the field surface is gotta be natural grass. You can play on some artificial turfs, but there are some that are kind of hybrids as well. So it's a mix of grass and artificial turf. That is a hybrid one that's been coming out. But for most international matches and professional matches, natural grass is preferred term for field surface. Um, then we got the field markings. Okay, I'm pretty sure if you're not familiar with the soccer field already, those are the field markings. Okay, and let's just break it down. So each boundary line on the side is called the touch line. Each boundary line on each end is called the goal line. Okay, here's midfield. Got you by a center circle where kickoff is taking place. This I don't know if you want me to get into the dimensions of each one too, but the center circle is 10 yards in diameter. Okay, actually 10 yards in radius, 10-yard radius, so a 20-yard diameter. Each one you've got penalty boxes on either end. Penalty areas. I'm sorry, they're not called penalty boxes. They're called penalty areas. Penalty area would be the largest box that you see here, that biggest rectangle. The smaller one is the goal area. That is a half circle, and then there's your goal, there is your penalty spot, and the reason for that half circle is for every free kick that's being taken, no matter where on the field, the opponents have to be 10 yards away from the ball. So if the ball is placed there, then 10 yards away would be right where that center half circle is at. So think of this kind of on that opposite end. That's where it would be at. And then I'll tell you how penalty kicks being taken, but that's not for later on. Right now we're just talking about the field of play. At every corner of each field, we have the corner arc that looks like this. Okay. The way to get a corner arc, for play to be restarted at this corner arc, we talk about goal kicks and corner kicks. Again, that is its own separate law. But again, it has to have a flag, which I believe is 5 yards in height. And then it's 1 yard away, and the ball can be placed anywhere on that line or within that line as well. Okay. We talked the goal area, we talked the flag post. There are technical areas. The technical areas are not listed here, but if you see the field, technical areas would be on either end of the one side of the pitch or field, and this is where the teams are. These are where they hang out. So this is where all the substitutes are, all the coaches, assistant coaches, trainers from both teams. So those are the technical areas. This prevents any coach from moving down the line or interfering with play in that sense. So they have a designated area for those players and for those coaches and officials and administrators. Now there are areas for the players to warm up, substitutes to warm up before they enter the field, and again that's other located areas outside of the field. Okay. The goals themselves, okay, right out here on either end, are 8 yards by 8 feet. Okay, so 8 yards wide by 8 feet high. Now there are different goalposts and different goals per country, and it varies just on the manufacturer. But again, the standard would be the round posts, round circular ones, okay? And they have to completely cover the goal line, okay? You got some oval ones, most of these rectangle ones, smaller, skinnier ones too. The ball bounces completely different if it's hit off that. So that's why they prefer the round ones, because that way the ball comes in, bounces on a round one, it has a higher chance of getting into the goal. So that's on that one. It does mention goal line technology, which is again is a fairly new implementation of it. With the goal line technology, it talks about having the camera set up for each stadium, and then it also includes video assistant referees. So for that, there are video operating rooms where there's another official who conducts the video replay reviews, and then there is a referee review area, which is basically, I guess if you're familiar with the NFL and football, is where he looks under the hood to actually see the play replayed as well, controlled by the guys in the booth. Now, the ultimate decision is a judgment call made by the center referee, and I think there is a separate law on that where it covers everything about when is video assistant referees implemented, VAR, and how it is applied to the laws of the game. But that's just a quick overview on the first law, which is the field of play. Catch you on the next one.